1767 Gu Jiangxin. Hiding somewhere in the meteorite sea, Yang Kai hides his own figure and aura. He believes that even if the opponent has the Void King stage powerhouse, it is impossible to find the trace of the owner even if they are hundreds of miles away from each other. He inspected Stone Puppet again. Before he noticed some changes in Stone Puppet, he thought about going to this meteorite sea to settle down, but was found and attacked by that Li Minghai. Now while waiting, he naturally turned his attention to Stone Puppet again. From this look, Yang Kai was suddenly overjoyed. The one layer like a stone cocoon wrapped in Stone Puppet has cracked cracks. Just like the situation when Stone Puppet was born, today's Stone Puppet is obviously going to be broken again. And out. Space Ring is not a suitable place, nor is Meteorite Sea. Yang Kai does not know whether the evolution of Stone Puppet this time will cause any obvious signs. If you stay here, it will only make Li Minghai and the others found out. As a last resort, Yang Kai can only take out Mysterious Boundary Bead and take Stone Puppet into the Mysterious Small Boundary. Since the human, monster and demon 3 clans elite from Tongxuan continent were brought to High Heaven sect, Mysterious Small Boundary was once again vacant. Now Yang Kai has arrived, and the interior is still silent. The stone cocoon was placed in front of Yang Kai, and he stared quietly. After a while, the stone cocoon made a cracking sound, and the existing cracks became bigger and bigger, more and more dense. Finally, when the stone cocoon was full of cracks, Stone Puppet burst out of it. Small's body dexterously falls in front of Yang Kai, and his eyes, which originally had only a weak charm, have become extremely bright at this moment, seeming to contain rays of light of wisdom. Finding that Yang Kai was watching on, Stone Puppet grinned and smiled, then stood there, scratching his head with his knee-length arms. Yang Kai touched the chin, releasing Spiritual Mind to scan Stone Puppet. Nothing special. After a while, he murmured, a suspicious look appeared on his face. This time the evolution of Stone Puppet, he thought that heaven and earth turning upside down would happen to Stone Puppet. But now it seems that On's expectations are a bit too high. Stone Puppet does seem to have changed a bit from before. After all, in that dead star, it swallowed a lot of rare minerals. After condensing the essence of these minerals, Stone Puppet will definitely have some increase in strength and strength. This is equivalent to a martial artist, just like the spirit pill used by practice, the strength will definitely increase. But if there is too much change, there is no. It is Stone Puppet's eyes that have become brighter. Obviously, there has been an increase in spiritual wisdom, but it has not reached the level of heaven. Let me see if it gets bigger. Yang Kai commanded Stone Puppet. Stone Puppet got the order, and immediately became incarnation as a stone giant, up to 10 zhang, or inspiring, oppression and fierce. Where is the lava armor? Yang Kai asked again. Stone Puppet's body surface immediately showed a scorching sun's true fire, making its entire body flushed. The one-layer armor covering it was like flowing lava, terrifying, appalling. Sure enough, nothing has changed too much. Yang Kai frowned, thinking hard, but couldn't understand the whole story. According to reason, Stone Puppet swallowed the remaining traces of the dead star. There is definitely something huge. Good. After all, after being swallowed, its reaction was extremely strong, and it turned into a stone cocoon. The final result is a little surprising. I don't understand for the time being. Yang Kai didn't continue to explore. Anyway, there is a long way to go. There is always time to study. After Stone Puppet is restored to shape, he took it and left Mysterious Small Boundary. Just after returning to the meteorite where he hid before, Yang Kai noticed something was wrong. Hundreds of miles away, a group of Li Minghai people simultaneously used the secret technique of concealing aura and almost disappeared into Yang Kai's perception. At a far distance, a battleship is slowly approaching here. Battleship where Sword Union Young Master is located. I came here so soon, no wonder Li Minghai would kill the killer without the slightest hesitation when he found out that the time of their plan was already very urgent at that time, and he didn't want to show up any meaning. That's why I don't hesitate to do it myself. In the end, not only did he fail to succeed, but he provokes a hidden enemy for own. If Li Minghai knew this, he would not know what he would think. Yang Kai looked at the location of the battleship and the direction in which it was traveling, and estimated that it would take no more than 1 hour before the two parties would hand over. At the moment, hold your breath even more, waiting for the show to come on stage. The time goes by little, and the atmosphere in the huge meteorite sea seems to become a little serious. As the battleship approached over there, Yang Kai discovered that Sword Union Young Master's battleship had more than one battleship. Among them was a slightly larger battleship with a length of about 30 zhang. On the left and right sides, there is also a smaller battleship with a 20 zhang in length. This is obviously a team of 3 battleships. Too far apart, Yankai doesn't know what grade these 3 battleships are, but it will definitely not be lower than Void grade. Sword Union handiwork is not small. The battleship of the Void grade can be used as the sect highest treasure in Gloomstar, but here, there are 3 ships appearing together. However, the appearance of these 3 battleships is different from those refined by Yang Yan. They are strictly speaking, they are more like big ships, especially the one in the middle, which is like a sailing void. The huge ship in the middle of the world, the collision angle at the bow is as sharp as a knife, and the shape of the entire battleship is so smooth. From a distance, it looks like a sharp sword out of its sheath, showing off one's ability. On the decks of the 3 battleships, there is a vague silhouette of martial artist activities. Battleship came by sailing and didn't even notice the crisis ambush in the meteorite sea. It still drove straight towards this side. When the distance between each other was only about 50 li, it was hidden in the meteorite. Li Minghai made a decisive move. Even though 100 miles away, Yankai could clearly feel a clear energy wave coming from there. Soon, this energy wave became stronger and stronger, and in the meteorite sea in certain locations, intense glare emerged. After that, dozens of clean white light pillars shot out from the meteorite sea like an arrow from the string, covering the 3 battleships in the distance, as fast as Lei Ting. With such an obvious abnormality and such a strong energy fluctuation, the 3 battleships have obviously already sensed the coming crisis. The martial artists on the deck rushed to each other in a hurry, each took out to defend the secret treasure, block in front of the battleship and try your best. The 3 battleships also reacted defensively at an extremely fast speed. The brilliance flashed, and the naked eye visible energy light film was lit up on the 3 battleships. Not only that, but they also made evasive actions in an attempt to escape the attacked area. However, Li Minghai and the others have been lurking here for a long time. They are well prepared, and the timing of the sneak attack is just right, so such attacks cannot be avoided at all. Dozens of clean white light pillars submerged 3 battleships in an instant. From a distance, it looks like a heaven overflowing giant wave submerged 3 reefs. A brighter rays of light erupted from a certain place. The battleship on the far left was unable to withstand this kind of attack. First, the defensive shield was disintegrated and breached. Then, the hull of the ship was directly penetrated by several light beams, and it was hit hard by this, and the battleship burst directly. No one escaped from this kind of destruction. The martial artist on this battleship, along with the battleship itself, actually did their best in the first round sneak attack of Li Minghai and the others. The battleship on the right has better luck. Although the defensive shield was disintegrated in a very short time, it did not at all endure too many attacks. There were only 2 clean white light pillars. Pierced the ship's body. Although the battleship was completely scrapped, it did not burst open after all, and I don't know how many people died. The martial artist who is still alive ran away from the battleship in a hurry. Everyone was panicked and inexplicably, looking for the enemy. After seeing the encounter with the battleship on the left, they had lingering fears. At the same time, an unforgettable hatred emerged. Among the 3 battleships, only the middle one is in the middle. The largest battleship is the best. Although it has received more attacks than the other 2 ships, this battleship level is obviously very high, and the defense shield has not been completely breached, but it has become extremely dim. Before everyone came back to his senses, Li Minghai and the others have rushed to the front. At the moment the attack was launched, Li Minghai and the others had already begun to act. They seemed to have anticipated this situation, so when they came to the battleship, they took out their own attack secret treasure, blasted towards battleship. The already dim defensive shield was finally completely broken. Li Minghai, so it was you, living in the battleship. There was a shocking roar. Listening to this voice, you can infer that the owner of the voice is not too old, but because of Fury of Heaven he seemed a little angry. You dare to attack this young master. What are the consequences? The consequences of attacking Union Young Master Old Man are naturally clear. Among the crowd, was the recognized Li Minghai looked indifferent and did not show any panic. Old Man is also one of the elders of Sword Union. Wouldn't Old Man understand the rules of the League? It's just that if you want to use the rules to suppress Old Man, or wait. Let's talk about how Union Young Master can escape this disaster. Okay, very good. It looks like you are ready to bear this young master's Fury of Heaven. In the battleship, at the same time as Gu Jiangxin's voice was heard, the silhouette of a young man appeared on the battleship deck. Ying Wei was handsome and full of spirits like jade. There was an extremely sharp charm in his eyes, as if two eyes were hidden in those two eyes. A sword that can break the soul. Sword Union Young Master, Gu Jiangxin. He stood straight on the deck, even facing Li Minghai. This kind of Void King stage, still face doesn't change, expression indifferent, and his waist straight, like a sharp sword. Beside Gu Jiangxin, there are two females, one on the left and the other on the right. One is tall shoulder, and the other is petite, with picturesque brows, and one long blue silk can almost cover the buttocks. The temperaments of the two females are completely different. The only thing that is the same is that they are the same as Gu Jiangxin. They have no expressions of fear on their faces, but some be eager to have a try.